Donald Trump has launched a massive attack, not just on Harvard, but on higher education institutions across the country. Today, Donald Trump and his administration took the extraordinary step of banning Harvard from admitting international students into their university. Interestingly, Donald Trump couches this decision in the form of stopping anti Semitism at Harvard, but this decision bars all international students, including Israeli students, including Jewish students. So it's not about anti Semitism, it's about his attacks on higher education. And it's not just that. Not only does Harvard not allow to admit new international students starting this fall, but current international students employed or current international students attending Harvard must immediately transfer as well. And the reason why, according to a letter written by Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, well, the answer is simple. According to her, in April, Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security requested access to disciplinary records of undocumented students who are attending Harvard. Why? Likely to deport them. And while Harvard stood firm, saying absolutely not, you're not getting our students' disciplinary records. And in response, she now is forcing international students to literally transfer, upending their entire lives and essentially tarnishing Harvard's reputation as one of the top universities in the country. Now, before I continue, there has been a lot of news today. I have covered probably 10 to 20 stories already, and there'll be much more tonight. So please consider supporting my work, my journalism, by subscribing to my Substack today or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron, Aaron Parnas, Parnas. That's not all, folks. According to the Associated Press, Donald Trump has amassed a $600 million war chest in political contributions that he is going to be using to elect Republicans during the 2026 midterm elections. He's going to be spending a lot of that money. He's raised already $600 million. He's expected to raise a total of $1 billion in times for the midterm elections. Tonight, we're observing a pay-for-play scheme around the Trump meme coin. If you don't know what the meme coin is, before the inauguration, a few days before, Donald Trump created the Trumpcoin. It's a meme coin that it's a quick get-rich scheme for a number of people. But what happened here is that investors flocked to pay and try to become the top investor in this meme coin, try to buy as much meme coin as possible so that they can get increased access to the president of the United States. And tonight, they're getting that access. The top 220 investors in the Trump meme coin will be meeting with Donald Trump for a private dinner at the Trump National Golf Club in Washington, D.C. We don't know who is going to be attending because the White House won't release their names. But in advance of this dinner, Bitcoin soared to an all-time high of 112,000, and other cryptocurrency soared as well, a major potential ethical concern. Speaking about the Medicaid cuts we heard about this morning, well, Senate Majority Leader John Thune essentially kind of threw water on this House bill, cold water. He said that they're going to be rewriting the entire piece of legislation. They're going to essentially advance their own agenda in the United States Senate, which could take several weeks, several months. We don't know what's going to be in the Senate's agenda, but what we do know is that exactly what the House passed is not going to be what the Senate passes. So it's going to have to be a balance between conservative Republicans who want further cuts to Medicaid and other critical programs and more moderates who are opposing the Medicare and Medicaid cuts. So we'll see what happens. We don't know yet. But what we do know is that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has said that the president believes that those who voted against his bill should be primaried. So we'll see. Two Republicans voted against the bill, Warren Davidson from Ohio and Thomas Massie from Kentucky. We'll see if either get a primary challenge. Today, the United States Supreme Court issued two decisions, important decisions, one against Republicans, one for the Trump administration. The first, in a 4-4 split decision, the United States Supreme Court blocked Oklahoma from establishing the country's first ever taxpayer-funded religious charter school. Justice Amy Coney Barrett did not participate in the ruling because of conflict of interest concerns. And in a second ruling, the Supreme Court approved Donald Trump's request to dismiss independent federal officials without needing a specific reason. Justice Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson all cautioned that this move essentially overturns the landmark Humphreys executor decision. Today, a federal judge issued a nationwide order preventing immigration officials from stripping international students of their legal status, and another federal judge ruled that the Trump administration cannot dismantle the Department of Education without explicit approval of Congress. According to the ACLU, ICE officials and a private prison contractor have denied Columbia graduate student Mahmoud Khalil a contact visit with his family. He has been held in ICE custody in Louisiana since his son was born last month, and he's not able to hold him. The Federal Trade Commission has launched an investigation into whether Media Matters, which is an independent liberal watchdog group, illegally coordinated with advertisers. Essentially, what we're seeing right now is the FTC, the Trump administration, going after groups that they don't approve of or they don't agree with. A U.S. federal indictment unsealed today charges a Russian man with running a global crime operation that caused hundreds of millions of damages worldwide. The group targeted a range of victims in the United States, including a dental office in Los Angeles and a music company in Tennessee. And finally, the newly appointed head of the Social Security Administration told staff this week that when he was initially offered the role by Donald Trump under the Trump administration, he literally had to look it up because he wasn't familiar with the position. That's it right now. I'm sure there'll be more news tonight. Consider supporting my work by clicking the button below, becoming a paid subscriber to my Substack, or sending that one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. And I'll see you again this evening.